8 days after the full Susanoo release, we finally got some moves in the new Ninja Time update, and let's just say it was interesting. But today we're going to be showcasing the Susanoo moves, their damage, is it worth the grind, and at the very end we're going to see how fast it takes us to beat Madara using the new moves. First things first are the auto attacks. Before the update, the auto attacks were doing around 500 damage per M1. And if you're a fairly new player to this game, you might think that's a lot of damage, but once you reach late game content, you're going to see bosses have like 200,000 HP, and you're going to see that 500 is not as much as you might think. But with the buffs, they're now doing triple amount that damage, which is around 1,650 damage per auto attack. This is a change a lot of people with Meteors were complaining about because of its lackluster damage, so I'd rate this an overall 10 out of 10 buff. The first move on this list is called Curved Jewels. It does roughly 3,180 damage. The move has around a 15 to 20 second cooldown with a decently long animation. I highly recommend avoid using this move at all costs because you're just much better off auto attacking to get the most DPS per second. I'd rank this move a 4 out of 10 on damage and like a 3 out of 10 on overall usefulness, putting it at around a 3.5 overall. Next on the list is the Crimson Crush. It's one of the 2 grab moves in this kit, and it's actually pretty horrible. Spoiler alert for those watching this video, the other grab is horrible as well. The damage itself is only slightly higher than an auto attack, dealing roughly 2,730 damage with max stats, mind you, and by the time the animation finishes, you could have already completed like 2 or even 3 auto attacks, making it a huge waste of time to even use it in the first place. However, there are times when an NPC is like right under your feet and you can't even auto attack them. Using a grab move can like reposition the NPC so you can start hitting them again. Because of that, I'd give this move like a 6 out of 10 on usefulness, but a 3 out of 10 on damage. Averaging overall like a 4.5 out of 10, something like that. All right, next up we have the Mountain Cutter, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is like the only move I actually like on this list. It has around a 15-second cooldown and does around like 6,410 damage with max stats. The animation itself is faster than an auto attack, so you won't be missing out on any additional damage as if you were to use like a grab move or something. I'd recommend using this move every chance you get. I give it like a overall 8 out of 10 on damage and overall usefulness. Next, we unfortunately have another lackluster grab move called Crimson Slam. Does that sound familiar? Because it wastes just as much time as the Crimson Crush. However, it deals even less damage than the Crimson Crush, doing only 2,350 damage, and is again only useful when the NPCs are right under you. I give the move around a 4 out of 10 because it deals like a lot less damage than the Crimson Crush. Lastly, we have the Godly Meteors. There's honestly nothing too godly about these meteors, but it's by no means a bad move. It spawns 5 meteors that stun lock your opponent, dealing 2,500 damage for each meteor. In total, if all meteors hit, it deals 12,500 damage. I honestly have nothing bad to say about this move, but it's by no means like a hellish shock meteor or anything like that. I give the move a overall 8 out of 10 for the damage and its usefulness. All around with the auto attack buffs and the new move damage, I'd say it's pretty worth the grind to get the full Susanoo, but if they buff the grabs, I think it'll be well worth the grind. You just need to change up the grabs. Now if you made it this far, we're finally gonna see how fast I could kill Madara with the new buffs and moves.